Hey folks, your OS Review. So you're watching our video review of the Keedox wireless extendable selfie stick. And believe it or not, this might seem like a pretty gimmicky idea at first, but actually works quite well in real life. So if you're ever in a situation where you take a selfie with friends, or you find that you're trying to lift your phone up and you're always not in the photo, this is a good way to capture those photos without really looking too ridiculous by holding your phone up. So it works with any camera, with any smartphone, including iPhones, Android devices. Any Windows phones will work as well, and it basically operates via Bluetooth because you have a shutter key that's Bluetooth operated, and then you tap on it to take a photo or to record video. It's going to work with any GoPro devices as well, and it's made out of aluminum, which is pretty nice. And we've seen some other versions of this product already. It's been pretty popular lately, but the Keedox version here retails for about $25, so not too expensive, and you can find it directly from the company's website or from Amazon.com. So inside the packaging itself, we have access to a few accessories. So to take everything out, we have access here to a micro USB cable to charge the lithium ion battery inside the selfie stick, because the camera capture key uses Bluetooth 3.0 and that needs battery. It takes about 2 hours to fully charge, and it comes fully pre-charged when you first purchase it. And after you charge it up, it runs in about a month or two before you need to recharge the battery again for the device. Taking a look at the accessories, we have a few. So basically these are adjustable arms that you can go and select from for your different devices. So for example, if you have a smartphone, here is an extendable arm that you would use to, stretch so that you can get a larger device in there, like a phablet, or a smaller device like an iPhone or something, and then you would attach the tripod stand onto the selfie stick. If you have a camera or something that already has a selfie arm, you would simply attach and screw in the camera like so, but you would use this adapter if you wanted to attach a smartphone onto the unit itself. So as far as construction quality for the actual selfie stick, it actually is pretty strong. It's crafted out of aluminum with the handle crafted out of plastic. A lanyard is included in the packaging for you to take it around your wrist and for you to easily take it with you when you're traveling. You can see how it's a pretty easy to use design. There are a few grills for you to hold it comfortably, and when it's fully shut, it actually is pretty small and easy to take with you. It's not the smallest selfie stick we've seen, believe it or not, but at the same time it feels pretty durable and rugged. So we can actually extend it quite a bit, and we can easily adjust it just by twisting the arms over here to get a more tight connection. So I can screw that in if I wanted it to stay in place, and then there's the third section that I can go and rotate out. When fully extended, it becomes around 1.5 meters in length, about 1 meter or so, and so it's actually a pretty long distance. So it goes all the way over here to the center and now towards the arm. So it's a pretty long stick, and that you can then collapse into 3 sections when you're traveling. And finally, we just have an adjustable tip here that you can change the orientation. We just have a simple LED indicator that will illuminate blue when it's being turned on. Simply tap it once to turn on, and we tap it again so that the Bluetooth pairing begins and is initiated. To take a photo, we simply press on the photo icon up below, and to kind of swap back and forth between different settings, between iOS and also Android, we also tap on the center button here. The controls in general are pretty tactile and responsive, but at the same time, this is a bit more complicated than some other models we've seen in the past, which involves just a simple camera shutter key and also a power on and off switch. So this takes a bit of acclimation to get used to, and there's also an instruction manual included in the packaging. The camera capture key itself is a little bit small, but it's relatively risen above the surface, so it's pretty easy to press and feels tactile enough, and you can tap on it again to take an image and also tap on it again to record any video. Now when we have the Bluetooth indicator kind of flashing here, it means that we are currently searching for a connection to Bluetooth, and this allows us to set up the Bluetooth and sync it with a tablet or with here. The actual Bluetooth device is called the KS01 when you're connecting it, and after you have a tight connection and you're paired to your phone, you'll see a white LED start to illuminate on the section where you can toggle back and forth between Android and iOS devices. That shows our connection has been met. So it's actually a little bit more complicated, I guess, than what I was initially expecting. But afterwards, we can then launch into the camera and take a quick look at how the photo quality works. Again, basically you would have an image that you wanted to take, press the capture key, and then you can press on it to take an image. Actually connected here, again, you can press back and forth to go between iOS and then one for the Android, which is the one that we want. And we simply launch into the camera application here by tapping on that. And to take an image, we would press on the camera shutter key. So let's try that once. And again, it's going to take the image, it's going to automatically focus and then capture the shot. The process itself takes about 2 seconds to complete. It's actually pretty accurate and relatively quick, and the focusing actually does a pretty good job of actually focusing on the subject. Again, I'm going to capture that one more time. You can see it's pretty instantaneous, and it does a good job of capturing your detail, especially if your phone has built-in autofocus. It actually works about, I would say, 98% of the time, which is pretty impressive. Again, you can change the orientation quite easily. Of course, you can use the front-facing camera for capturing selfies with friends and family so that your arm isn't really in the way when you're capturing photos. And also, if you're a photographer for capturing shots that require a lot of distance, perhaps panoramic shots, it's a good way for you to capture those shots. Now, something I will say is if you use this product in the public a lot, you will get a few odd stares here and there, which is a bit of a downer. The other thing I will say is that the setup here with all the controls is a bit more complicated than some other selfie sticks I've seen that involve just one control and one button. So it takes a bit of acclimation to get used to, but after you get used to it, I think it's a pretty easy to use setup. And battery life, I'll say that Keedox's wireless selfie Bluetooth stick actually is more of a functional product than really just a gimmick. It actually takes advantage of a trend that's happening a lot lately, taking selfies or self-portraits, and actually the device itself is not shabby at all. It's really comfortable to use, it's well crafted, and there aren't too many nuisances that we found in terms of the craftsmanship and also the functionality. So overall, we would recommend it with 2 thumbs up. You can check out more details about this product in our full written review down in the description box below, but this has been our video review. Thanks for watching here at OS Reviews.